Please subscribe show. YouTube Cole Spivey. Yeah, man.
Inside here, so here we go.
Please subscribe show, YouTube.
Cole Spivey.
Okay, this little segment is brought to you by Larabar. It's kind of like it's a health bar. It's got vitamins and stuff in it. Anyway, when I talk about tolerance, what I mean is that I really don't think you can completely fire someone over behavior, unless the behavior, breaks the law, or let's say someone goes off and hits somebody. Okay, that's a whole different story, okay, when it gets physical and things like that. But if someone's throwing out some curse bombs, and let's say they may have an emotional kind of thing, I don't really think you can just fire someone over that. I really don't think you can. Now they do, people do. They do it all the time. Sorry about the Dutch angle. Dutch angle is when it goes like this. That's a Dutch angle. But people do fire other people because of emotional outburst, and I don't think it's right. Okay, and I'll tell you why. It'd be like firing someone because of their race or because of their religion. Big time Dutch angle. Big time Dutch angle. Or because maybe they're Dutch and they do Dutch angles. I don't think it's right, okay? I've been in fast food joints and restaurants, and I've heard people yell in kitchens and stuff, and I know how emotional it gets. Look at Gordon Ramsay. He's a very emotional chef. He didn't get fired. What I'm saying is, it's just, okay, you can, and I guess in the state of Texas, you can hire and fire for another Dutch angle, sorry. But, you got to be tolerable. It's not like, oh, Cole has Dutch angles sometimes on his YouTube show. I'm not going to put up with that. Well, that's your, you don't have to. Cole sometimes pretends like he's Adam the Woo and he's talking about a caffeinated beverage. I'm not going to watch it. Well, that's fine. I know I'm not Adam the Woo, but I put up with Adam the Woo stuff because, I can tolerate it. I mean, the last episode, he spilled coffee all over himself and went to some place called Come and Go. I can tolerate it. There's really a gas station called Come and Go. It's spelled with a K-U-M and then go. It really is. It's somewhere in Nebraska or something. Regardless, you can tolerate things. Okay, now we're gonna get back to the carpetbagger. I know his life has changed, and I haven't talked about the carpetbagger in a long time, and I still subscribe to him. I don't watch his show that much because his wife chewed me out and sent these emails to me. It's harder for me to watch Jacob the Carpetbaggers, or it's actually called the Carpetbagger. It's hard for me to watch his show because, well, I think about those rude emails that he sent, but I still tolerate it. I'm still a subscriber, and eventually I may go back and watch an episode again. Supposedly he's getting a lot of attention, but he's going through a whole lot. People go through a whole lot because of different things. But what I mean by toleration is it's very similar to compassion, okay? So we are at a different time. 2022 is a different time. And frontline workers are under a lot of stress. They have to wear masks. And they have to worry about possibly whatever's out there. I'm not going to say that there is COVID or there's not COVID. It's like a 4-minute thing. But it is stressful. And I think there could be a little more toleration and a little more compassion when it comes to people that are trying to survive and during what I think is still a pandemic. There's people out there that have trouble paying their mortgage, and all kinds of stuff is going on. And people are, they're just not tolerant. We cannot get that way. So if someone has an emotional outburst or something, you can take a time out and take a breather. You don't have to be intolerant towards people's behavior. You can tolerate their behavior to a certain extent. Now, if they just haul off and hit you, then that's not tolerable. We know we're grown adults. We're all grown adults, and we know what is tolerable and what is intolerable. And we know that everybody gets emotional, and sometimes people lay an F-bomb. Sometimes people will say a curse word. They don't all say, heck it. Right? Sorry about the mugging. But they don't say, I don't mean like mugging, like, I mean like mugging, like, sorry about that. Sometimes I do that. But what I mean is that, people will sometimes put up with heck it, right? Or fiddlesticks, but they're not going to put up with the F word and things like that. And that's fine. That's fine. I personally will, if someone lays an F-bomb down and I'm in a restaurant, I'm okay. As long as they don't throw wine in my face or hit me, because I've been at a Burger King and I got hit, and I did call the police because the guy hit me, but they didn't show up in time, so I just left. So the guy got away with it. He ran off into the night. That's a serious charge, and it was on camera, and he could have got hit. I mean, I could have hit back, but I didn't. I offered up the other cheek. But I did call the police. They didn't show up in time. And this happened a long time ago at Burger King. And Burger King owes me some money for that. But I tolerated it and moved on. And I didn't have to do that. And my chin was hurting for about a good 6 months. And I wrote a book about it. It's on my site if you watch it. My second sequel of Chin 2 hasn't come out yet. And it's not as long. And it's on hiatus right now. So I started writing about squirrels. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. I mean, I tolerate these health bars, these Larabar bars, whatever. This is what it looks like. Just passed a billboard that said NASCAR is happening May 22nd. So we may be in the middle of all that. If y'all have anybody, friends that know anything about NASCAR, leave comments, information. Because I don't know a whole lot about NASCAR. I do know that Dale Earnhardt was a legendary race car driver that had a bunch of kids. There's Dale Earnhardt Jr. that's still around. That's Fort Worth right there on the horizon. There she blows, old Fort Worth. You can see the train tracks right there. They've been around since the Civil War right there. Those train tracks have been. Probably even a little bit before the Civil War. And then right there is the post office. That's been there since 1931. That's when it was founded. It went into business in 1933. The architect was a genius that was from the South. It's got a weird name though. Wyatt is part of his name. Hedrick, something like that. But it's got neoclassicism. You can see it really good. There's the Trinity Railway Express right there. You can see it, like it's very neoclassic, a little bit of Baroque, but it's an awesome post office. I've been wanting to vlog it for a while. I just don't know exactly how to approach it because I got to worry about parking and stuff, because Fort Worth is kind of, they used to let you park for free at the I think it was called Sundance Square parking or something like that, but I don't know if it's still free anymore. But that's where we parked when we did Logan's Run filming location, and we went to I guess it's the Water Gardens. So we probably could do it. I mean, it's a beautiful building, but it would probably be a pretty quick vlog.